Hello, everybody. It's Amy and Jim. It's Make It Monday. It's a beautiful September day here in Harmony, Pennsylvania at Amy Bachman Sew and Quilt, Amy Sews. And you can find Jim at
Original Sewing Quilt Expo. Just go to sewingexpo.com, get my schedule for the fall.
And you are going where now?
Fredericksburg, Virginia this week.
Oh, that's not too far. That's actually within 4 hours of here.
Yeah.
You could drive from here if you want to go see Jim at the expo.
Yeah.
Um,
Classes are filling out too.
What are you teaching?
There's going to actually be a hands-on embroidery class. That's like 3 hours. And you leave with your project done.
Yay.
And how to, all kinds of shortcuts on how to improve your sewing if you're doing tailored shirts, how to do a double welt pocket, and my version, doing one piece of fabric and 3 lines of stitching makes the entire pocket.
That's awesome. Hi, Franny.
Hi, Fran.
All right, so today we are talking about decorative stitches, why they look good, why they don't look good. So one of the things I'm going to say, excuse the noise, Zach's running around somewhere with a cart. Decorative stitches do vary from model, from brand, so if you have a mechanical machine, your decorative stitches aren't going to be as solid and nice as if you have a computerized machine. So let's say the difference between a decorative stitch between a $200 machine, an $800 machine, a $3,000 machine, and a $10,000 machine may vary a little bit. Not so much between that 700 and up, but like the 700 and below. It has to do with the quality of the feed system. It has to do with like pressure for pressure adjustments within the machine. So when you see these stitches, I don't want you to, Jim has some great hints, but I don't want you to say, oh, mine doesn't look like that. And we don't want to be, what's the right word? Classist isn't the right word. We're happy you're sewing if you have a $200 machine. That's not the point. I just don't want you to be disappointed if you can't make yours look like that. Or we don't expect everybody to have an expensive sewing machine. That's not why we're here. We want the world to sew. And you know what? That reminds me, that Coke commercial that I'd like to teach the world to sing from the 70s. We need that back. Yeah. We need sewing harmony. We're sewing in harmony. Oh, Jim. Oh, wait, we got to write a song. We got to write a song, and we're going to unify the world through sewing.
So I need to bring my keyboard in and you'll sing.
There's a keyboard back there. Did you know that?
Yeah. I haven't played it though.
It needs a home.
It needs a home?
Yes. It's a beautiful Yamaha.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah. Anyhow, I bought it for my mom. God rest her soul.
Love Granny.
So, yeah. Anyway. Okay. So what do we got, James?
Okay. So maybe I should show them like the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Here we go.
Okay. So basically, my background in a way, when I first got into the sewing business and tried my machine stitches, they looked like the first 2 rows, which is what everybody got, and it looked kind of good, especially when you did it with regular sewing machine thread. This is with a machine embroidery thread. Then the machine embroideries came out, and the machine stitches just didn't look as good as the program ones you use on your machine. And one of the things I learned by learning how to digitize was density plays a big factor. That again, how close the stitches are produces the better look. And you can see there's a little bit of gaps in there. So my thought was, well, I'm going to go and shorten my stitch length like I did in this lower one here. And you can see it distorted the pattern.
Right. That was the only option.
Yeah,
right?
that was our only option. You would go and shorten the stitch length to push them closer together, and it's almost half the size of the original heart. So you're really distorting it, and it didn't look as good. And then I play with my machine, and I got it to look like that one. Ooh. Where it's really thick.
And they're red hearts.
And solid, yeah.
Because you love what you do.
Oh, especially when I'm in harmony.
That's right, when you're sewing in harmony.
Yeah, and you could do it on any machine, whether it's mechanical, electronic. It could be the top of the line. It could be the bottom of the entry level machine. Yeah. What you do is you don't change any settings on your machine, meaning like you don't adjust the foot pressure, nothing. All I did was I put a second thread through the eye of the needle.
No.
So that was it.
You can do that.
You could do that. So instead of having the one, I put 2 strands of my embroidery thread. And if you're not sure how to do it, open up your owner's manual and read how to do twin needle sewing and thread it the way it shows you in your your manual on how to do it for your brand of machine. And then instead of putting it through 2 separate eyes, you bring it through the eye of 1 needle. If you get thread breakage, go to maybe a top stitching or an embroidery needle because the eyes are a little bit bigger. You may want to reduce the needle tension just a little bit, and you may want to sew a little slower to accommodate the thickness of the thread.
Right. So with that being said, this is not a needle threader thing. Do not use your automatic needle threader to thread both threads. You can do one, but I'm going to tell you, it's probably easier to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
So you just kind of push them together. And remember, like we always lick our threads. When you wet your threads, that causes them to swell.
Mm-hmm.
You're technically supposed to dampen the eye of the needle. And I don't recommend you licking your needle.
Oh,
but you could, do a little of that.
I could see some emergency room.
Yes, that would not.
That one.
Disclaimer, legal alert, don't lick your needle.
Do not do that.
Yeah. So, but yes, put them both through the eye of your needle,
Mm-hmm.
right? Following the directions. And usually it's the same tensions. Some of the Vikings, you may have to split your tensions, but, and then just that little hook that's right above the needle, one goes in, one stays out.
Yeah.
And one spool goes clockwise, one spool goes counterclockwise.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing my brother taught me. He rolled wire at the mill and everything, and they went opposite, so they never twisted on each other.
And I did play with that before, because whenever you mentioned it last week, I remember doing this, and that's what prompted me to do this class, because when I had them go the same direction, they kind of went on top of each other, or they twisted together. But when it's opposite, they lay next to each other.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. So let's talk about feet, because that's just as important as. Did they see all of the?
No, they didn't see all of it.
Yeah, there you go.
So just to show you more, like this is like the reinforced straight stitch on your machine, and here it is with 2 threads. Here this stitch.
I love that rope stitch.
The rope looks so good. It looks almost like the bottom one's faded. I thought but it's the same exact thread, only 2 of them now.
Right.
Same thing for the scallop. The decorative stitch really pops, and here, like a simple running stitch pattern, looks really special when you add that second line of thread to it.
And you use an embroidery bobbin. Are you using an embroidery weight bobbin?
Actually,
a regular bobbin.
The first one I did use embroidery thread in the bobbin, and the lower ones I did use an embroidery bobbin.
It just helps with the weight, right?
Yeah, because it feels like embroidery designs then, like the machine
exactly. Did. All right, so let's talk about toes. So you have your all-purpose sewing foot, right? Mm-hmm. And that's not either one of these. These have tunnels underneath. You have to have that tunnel underneath for these threads to go through. If you put on a straight stitch foot, it's just gonna jam up, right? It's not gonna flow. So this one is considered an open toe foot. This one here is open toe, so you can see everything. This is a closed toe applique foot. You can see that red spot. These are Janome feet that you can see where center stitch position is, right? This is the new, go ahead, Jim.
Well, I was going to show, this is like that standard foot that Amy was talking about. And here's they look similar. Okay. But when you flip it over, that's for your decorative sewing. That's for your standard sewing, because it's a totally flat bottom, just like Amy said.
Right. You have to be very careful with that.
Okay.
All right. So, and this is if you have a Brother sewing and embroidery machine, you have an end foot, right? Which is really wide. And that's because Brother has those stitches that go up to like 45 millimeters. So it really helps traction the fabric to the feet teeth. And again, it has a tunnel underneath, but this is the new style. See these little hooks in the back? This is an upgrade foot, and it's a purchase. It doesn't come with any of them. This actually hooks over the front of the ankle to stabilize it from rocking left and right. So this is a great upgrade if you don't already have that. And this is one of my favorites. This is a clear view guide foot. This is Janome, but I think all brands have them now, right? All machine brands have that. And so all these different lines on here. So you sew one row and you move it over to match the next row. So you can do decorative stitching without drawing a bunch of lines. Mm-hmm. So check with your brand to see if you have one of these feet with wings that has those extra markers.
Parallel rows of
exactly.
Nice.
So everything's perfectly spaced, because if you just use the edge of your foot every time, they'd be so close and so dense. So that's the scoop with the feet.
Nice.
Hi, Miss Laurie. Number 6 foot for Bernina. Thank you, Lori. Got it. And Lori, I'm guessing the number 6 foot comes with it. That's pretty standard that you get an applique foot, especially that caliber of machine. So we've got Marilyn in the house. Never thought of 2 threads. Thank you. You can do 2-thread embroidery too, but that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe we'll jump into some of those techniques. We got Barbara here, Linda, Bonnie's here. Hi, Marion. All right, super duper. So I think that's our Make It Monday. Just for those of you who, the Tea Towel Club. Can you reach out with your arms, James? So the Tea Towel Club. This is October's towel. You can buy them as individual kits. You don't have to belong to the monthly. Look how beautiful that is. Who doesn't love pie and coffee? You can get these at Amy Sews. And if you're part of the Tea Towel Club, the class has been uploaded. You probably should have your kit by now. But this gorgeous plum aubergine towel with that rust is like divine. And Scan and Cut fans that are out there, my goal is 13 more members by the end of the month. So if you're thinking about joining the Scan and Cut Club, I got a bonus. You get a lighted reading pen if you join. But we're taking new members. You can always jump out anytime. If you hate the class, hate me, hate Jim, hate whatever, you can get out. There's no long-term commitment.
Do you want to show them a sneak peek?
Oh, Lori said it's not standard, but number 20 would do well as well. So so number 20 comes with your Bernina, and then the number, what'd you say? The number 6 foot is an add-on. So that's it. What do we want to do?
Do you want to show the box?
Yes, we'll show the box, right? I did a little sneak peek the other night, and we have a great serger class coming up for the serger subscription owners. Jim and I are working on that today. But I really think that this project, you hand this to your significant other empty, and hopefully at Christmas it comes back full, like diamond bracelets, diamond earrings. Let's put on the camera so they can see.
Okay. I'm going to zoom out.
Got to zoom out so we can zoom out. But this box was made entirely on the Scan and Cut. You're going to cut your chipboard. You're going to cut your fabric. You're going to cut. There's also glitter vinyl in your kit, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's glitter vinyl.
Yeah. No, there's no glitter vinyl.
Oh, no.
That's
okay.
an option.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, okay. Maybe I should show them the other side, because this is what's going to be in your box, and you're going to have enough to make two boxes, two complete boxes, and you have additional chipboard in case you have an error or you want to make 2 more.
Yeah.
So you got plenty.
We don't make mistakes.
We make creative endeavors.
Yes, exactly.
So I was being creative and endeavoring, and I used some scrap foiling that we had, or glitter, whatever, and cut it out and thought I'd embellish it.
So Jim designed this box, and it's really architecturally amazing. You guys know I think Jim's amazing anyway, but look at that. Is that like the perfect presentation box for a diamond bracelet? Ed, you out there? Ed, I need a plotter and a diamond bracelet.
I was going to say, I think this is a perfect size to maybe put a piece of like quilt batting in, and then a card on top that says your plotter is arriving in 2 days.
Okay, perfect. Or gift cards. Sometimes gift cards are so easy, especially with my boys are 8 and 11. These kids want cash. Their gifts are so expensive. It's crazy.
And so I thought about putting like batting in the kit, but I thought if I didn't put batting, it gives you more room to fill with like cash.
2 diamond bracelets.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that is what's going to be.
And that just fits right
Lori
inside.
says keys to a new car. So I did look at a Porsche the other day, and so I have a friend who manifests things, right? She manifests and meditates thinking things are going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I don't know that all the manifestation in the world is going to have that Porsche roll up in my driveway. So anyhow, if
you could, but it might not be yours.
It may not be mine. It probably was a repo or stolen, and somebody left it in my driveway. So anyhow, that is what's in the Scan and Cut box that is shipping 1st of October. So if you'd love to join us, we'd love to have you. You can just get the class. You don't even have to get the box of stuff, right? So especially if you are internationally, you can just get the box. So anyhow, Barb Fink says we're a hoot.
We're going on the road.
We're going on the road. Exactly. So, we got someone from, hi, Nancy. Nancy and
from Beaver Dam.
Yes.
Good to see you too, Nancy.
Absolutely. So perfect. All right, everybody. Well, that is your decorative stitch, kind of what's new and happening here at Amy Sews, Amy Bachman Sew and Quilt. There's just too many identities to deal with. So you can sprinkle this video out to your friends, your
Yes.
Facebook groups.
Tell your friends.
Make sure you like and follow us. And we really want to. Somebody's looking. Of course, I left my glasses at home today. So Jeanette's looking forward to Nova.
That's in November.
Jim's got some fans out there, which we're excited about. And yeah, super duper. All right, everybody, have a terrific day. It's a good day to have a great day because the more you know.
The more you sew.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.